Pittsburgh. Nick Gonzalez, really all season long, been a steady presence in the Pirates lineup. Been fun to watch him come up with those multi-hit games, 2 or more hits in a game. He had 2 more last night.
Yeah, he did do it again last night, Joe. Just the hits keep coming, sneaking one through right here, using that big part of the field approach. And Nick just keeps going. 46 multi-hit games is so impressive. And he's going to have to continue to do it if these Buccos are going to get right, start to put up more runs, and get the win column a little bit more heading into mid to late August here.
And one of the leading hitters in Major League Baseball, and the guy that was leading the International League in batting average. He's been hitting since he's come up from the minor leagues. Ronnie Simon.
Yeah, boy, he missed a home run, as you see on this play. A sterling catch down the left field line by Carson Bench. But he got himself a hit later in the game. He's going to do a fine job. You're going to see a lot of him. He was DHing last night. You're going to see him out in the field today. Good, exciting player. Ronnie Simon.
Yeah, so the Pirates are trying to get the offense going, and of course a big part of that would be Ace Marilyn Valdez, but tonight he's going to play left field at PNC Park for the first time, and so noting that, as well as maybe dropping him in the order and getting him back right, as we've seen him be such a good hitter at times.
Yeah, and he's been putting together competitive at bats, right? And you mentioned yesterday, I think we'd say 18 straight of either a strikeout or a walk. So hopefully he can get himself. Sometimes all you need is that one hit, even if it's a jam shot over the infielder's head, to really take off.
Take that pressure off him sliding down in the order tonight behind Bubba Chandler. And he's see if he can beat the Mets here tonight. Game 2 of this series. The Pirates and the Mets from PNC Park coming your way next right here on SNP.
At Farmers, honesty is our policy.
Pirates baseball on SNP is presented by Highmark, the official health plan of the Pirates, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Cohen Markets, free ice cream is back at Cohen Markets. Club Cohen members get a free Hershey's ice cream sandwich all summer long. By your Western PA Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, the best-selling brand in Pittsburgh. And by Levin Furniture and Mattress, Pittsburgh's #1 furniture and mattress store. And the 2010s decade giveaway, it's the Josh Harrison t-shirt, and Jay Hay in the Pirates dugout before the game here today. Great to have him back in the black and gold, retiring as a Pirate officially yesterday. And later on tonight, he'll be joining us here in the booth. Well, hopefully it will be a tone-setting night for Bubba Chandler, who really has improved as the season has gone on.
Yes, he has, Joe. You know, earlier on in the season, he really just kind of struggled with command, and we've seen him get a lot better over the course of the last month plus. And you hope that continues, because he's getting right at the right time. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch here lately for these Pirates, but tonight is a good opportunity to get back in the win column and hopefully win 2 or 3 this series.
And the Mets have been scoring a lot lately. They've won 4 in a row. A.J. Ewing, the rookie, atop the order. Lindor with an RBI last night. Bichette, and then Jared Young in the cleanup spot. It's Robert. Then Brett Beatty in the 6th spot. Marcus Semien hit a 3-run home run yesterday. Polanco and then Alvarez for the Mets.
And the Car Shield numbers for Bubba. 22nd start. 4-8 record, 4.49 ERA. 98 strikeouts, and was 110 in the 3rd innings. 61 walks, and we mentioned how good he's been recently. We're gonna have to get some length out of him today, and hope these Buccos bats can wake up a little bit.
The Pirates have not scored more than 4 in a game in August so far, and trying to get maybe that 6-inning start. That could be good for the Bucs tonight. The Levin Furniture and Mattress defense. Valdez, first ever game in left field at PNC Park. Mangum and then Simons in right field with the Gonzaleses on the left side. Lau and Horwitz on the right side. Henry Davis doing catching. And a late scratch. It was Endy Rodriguez originally in the starting lineup. Left hip discomfort. Been bothered with hip and glute concerns at times this year, so Endy a scratch. Pirates do have 3 catchers on the roster, so they'll be backed up even if Endy would be unavailable tonight.
And the Magician going to be out there in left field today, as you mentioned, Joe. Brian Reynolds getting a bit of a breather. Played in every game so far this season. So he's going to DH, and he's going to have to deal with a little bit of the sun that he doesn't normally deal with in right field this time of year at PNC Park.
A.J. Ewing is down a strike. Nice down and away fastball from Bubba Chandler. Now these Mets have come on now to win 4 in a row after dissecting the ball club at the trade deadline. They have banded together.
Well, those two pitches have been the most obvious thing that we've seen from Bubba. We've seen him miss a lot early in the count, pre-All-Star break, up and away, arm side. Now we're seeing him, and that's a good spot for that in an 0-2, 1-2 count. But we've seen a lot more pitches, fastballs down in the zone that play very well, especially early in the count.
Yeah, earlier this season, you see a ball up, you know it's a fastball. Not so anymore. All heat to start from the 23-year-old rookie out of Georgia. That's a changeup at 90 miles an hour. The Mets will have 5 who will bat left-handed against Chandler, who has really controlled right-handed hitters among the best in baseball this season. There's Brandon Lau catching that on a line.
That's a good at bat by A.J. Ewing to get back to a 3-2 count after 0-2. Even better by Bubba to challenge him right there. Never want a potential leadoff walk. You get a nice play from your infielders.
Brandon Lau tops on the club in outs above average. And now it's Lindor. Number 2 on the team, by the way, is Valdez, and so all the more reason to enable him to play some left field. He's played a good right. We saw a good play last night by Yasmerian Valdez. This one going to be out to him right now. Can of corn.
Yeah, get that first one out of the way. Hope the sun's not a factor out there. It didn't look like it was. Got those shades on early in the game. 2 fairly quick outs for Bubba.
You'd like to see that too. Pirates, they certainly have guys that can cover innings. That's not the point. If you're pitching 6 innings or more, probably means you got a lead. And that's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Bubba Chandler, setting the tone as the Pirates come to bat. Jake Mangum will start it off for the Pirates after that 1-2-3 top half. Chandler setting down the side in 9 pitches. Let's see if the Pirates can get an early lead behind Mangum. Then it's Lau DHing tonight. Brian Reynolds, one of the top hitters in their home ballpark in baseball this season. Spencer Horwitz cleans up. Nick Gonzalez, another 2-hit game yesterday. Roddy Simon. Then it's Valdez to the 7th spot. Jacob Gonzalez and Henry Davis for the Bucks.
We're going to see Robert Stock, only a second start, 36-year-old right-hander. Have a nice 5-inning outing last time out against the Marlins. You're going to see mainly 2-seam, 4-seam cutter from him with little sweeper and changeup. Changeup to the lefties, not much to the righties. Coming from
Mangum, high off the wall. And with that speed easily in at second base. How about a double to start off the ballgame for the Bucks?
But exactly what you're hoping to see from this Pirates offense. Try to get something going early in this game, especially against the 36-year-old righty. Just mentioning, you're going to see a lot of cutter 4-seam coming from an extreme third base side angle. So these lefties are going to have to keep an eye on that cutter coming in on him. It looks like that was one right there that Mangum beat him to the spot and almost gave the Pirates a 1-run lead. 13th double of the year for Jake.
Just a few minutes ago, Mangum catching that first pitch from Josh Harrison. you can't help but liken the two, the way that they play, and it's just fun to see Mangum, the Heart and Hustle Award winner for the Pirates, banging a double off the wall to start the ball game. See if the Pirates can grab an early lead. And then it's the guy that wears Harrison's number 5, of course, playing at his position, second base. There it is. Jay Hay wearing that number tonight. Throwing out the first pitch. He'll be challenged. Francisco Alvarez.
The pitcher called a ball. The catcher challenging.
Tyler Jones is the plate umpire tonight. Our ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch to strike. New York has 2 challenges remaining.
Well, the one thing I kind of just mentioned as you watch Robert Stock, look how far to the right he is, and he's falling off the right as he's throwing it. So these lefties especially, this pitch is going to look so far away from them, especially the ones bearing into them. It's going to be a little difficult until you see it a couple times, trying to figure out where those pitches are going to end up if he tries to come in.
So they overturn it to strike 3. That brings up Brian Reynolds.
And take a look at the hitter's vantage point from this right here. Kind of hidden because he's so far over. You rarely see guys that extreme. You can't hardly even see the pitcher's mound because he's got basically his heel right on the edge of that far third base side.
Just to back you up, it's the second lowest arm angle of a starting pitcher. Reynolds at 267.
That's extreme.
Yeah, that's not even in contact with the rubber, I don't think. Thought about going to third, and Bichette did not get over to the bag, and so Mangum risks it, gets there, and allows Reynolds to reach first.
Well, the Mets got a couple fortuitous swings in yesterday's game, so hopefully that's a sign of the Pirates maybe getting a few. And as you mentioned, if Bo Bichette has the wherewithal to get to third base, he might have a play because Mangum had to hold up to let that ball pass in front of him. As soon as he looks to third, he knows he's got no play at first base.
So now, first and third for Horwitz. And now they're full. And what do you got for our keys to the game, Neil? Presented by your Western PA Buick dealers.
Yeah, Stock the righty, Robert Stock on the mound. We've seen a ton of lefties lately. Get a little home cooking here with a right-hander on the mound. See if we can get to him in the race to the 7th. As I mentioned, it would be great to see the Pirates get off to a good start, have a good start by Bubba, get in those middle late innings, and deploy these new bullpen pieces we have. And to this point, it's a good start. Let's see. Got the guy you want up at the plate right now.
50 RBIs for Gonzalez. It's that first pitch cutter. .311 batting average, 4th best in all of baseball. Look on our AHN Supermo.
Cutter right there. Seen a 98 from the 4-seam, so he's got the velocity still in there.
Going to go to first. And so Gonzalez picks up a run batted in. The Pirates have an early lead.
Yep, you'll take it. You'll take any run right here. You got to put this ball in play with 2 strikes. Exactly what Nick does. Like I said, this arm angle and where Robert Stock is on the mound, most of these guys you don't see pitchers like this quite often, so they're going to have to kind of calibrate this first time through the order. figure out where it's got to start for it to be a strike.
Now second and third for Simon after this mound chat here. Robert Stock, 36 years old. This is a guy who's making his 5th major league start. And behind him tonight, it's Ewing, Robert, and Beatty left to right in the outfield. Bichette and Lindor on the left side, Simeon and Young on the right side of the infield, and Francisco Alvarez doing the catching. 9 passed balls leads baseball. That is fair. Fair ball by Ronnie Simon. Still hasn't gotten to the sidewall. That brings in 2. Bucks up 3-0 in the first. Oh, they needed this tonight.
It's great to see the boys coming out with some energy today. Again, another fortuitous swing here in this first inning. One from Reynolds, and now this one from Ronnie Simon. Just look how close this is. It might have actually nipped the top of the bag.
Look at that. Just fair, just crossing over the bag. And 3 are in after Chandler pitched a 9-pitch 1-2-3 first. Ronnie Simon, his first 2 RBIs as a Pirate this year. And now you got Valdez up, moving him down in the order, trying to take a little pressure off. They've been batting in that cleanup spot. And so productive, really the best hitter in baseball for a 5 or 6 week span. But is hitless since July 30th. As you pointed out, Neil, though, I mean, if he doesn't get anything good to hit, he still does take those walks, though.
Yeah, we haven't seen him, wildly go up there and swing at first pitches or make early outs. He's still been grinding out at bats, even though he hasn't gotten many results.
Alvarez will challenge.
Pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
Let's take a look at ABS, powered by T-Mobile.
The pitch was a ball. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
So we're in the first inning, and the Mets only have 1 challenge the rest of the game. Valdez with immense power. Got a pitch to hit right there. And as you said, it doesn't look that easy, right, to a right-handed batter from Stock.
Now you kind of fight yourself to make sure that you kind of stay in there, because your first thought is to kind of leak open when a guy is coming from such an extreme angle, especially right at you.
Mangum starting it all with a double off the wall.
Again, you just kind of feel like Valdez, you could just get, especially in a situation like this, 2 outs, 2 strikes, runner in scoring position. Even if he doesn't use the barrel, if he finds a way to hit a ball in the middle of the field, score that run, you might kind of open Pandora's box for him to get back on a hot streak.
I'm with you. He'll take the walk. Pass the baton. 3 in already. And the Mets starter tonight, Robert Stock. Again, just 80 innings in the major leagues. He's 36 years old. He was in the Pirates minor leagues 11 years ago and was a catcher in the Cardinals system 17 years ago. And the Mets are trading away a lot of their pitchers, so bringing up some guys. But Stock was a guy that you had always knew of in those prospect lists, because he threw 100 miles an hour back when it was very unusual.
Not even at 36, he's got 98 still in the tank. We've seen those 93, 94 mile an hour cutters.
And even 97 out over in a late swing there. Jacob Gonzalez, very good with runners in scoring position with the White Sox and Pirates. To right field. The Pirates off to a great beginning. They're up 3-0. Lead 3-0 on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball is presented by UPMC, the official care provider of sports coverage on SNP. Jared Young against Bubba Chandler.
A good bottom half of the first inning there by the Pittsburgh Pirates. 8 guys sent to the plate. Let's see if Bubba can keep things moving in the right direction. Clean first inning for him.
Did you ever feel that the hitters gain that momentum at the start of the ball game? The pitcher comes out 1, 2, 3, 9 pitches. Does that do anything for the lineup at all?
It's always important. And you know, if you ask Bob Walk, he doesn't believe in momentum. Right? He doesn't believe it. But I do believe offensively, the ease of seeing the guy in front of you have a good at bat, seeing somebody 2 batters in front of you have a good at bat, that calmness kind of makes things a little bit easier to approach your bats when guys are just constantly having good at bats, finding the barrel, even if there's not necessarily, you know, something to show for it. So that was a really good first inning for the Pirates.
And let's check in with Hannah Mears tonight.
Well, after Bubba Chandler's last start against the Brewers, John Kelly said it was arguably his best start of the year. He mentioned Bubba going as far as he did before giving up hits, his fastball being electric in zone, and when he lost things arm side, he made adjustments to get back in. He emphasized he handled emotions well, too. There were times when he would lose things arm side earlier this year, things would snowball on him. He said it looks like he's maturing, starting to figure out how to get back in zone, and that's a huge part of learning how to pitch in the big leagues. And take a look at that last at-bat. Falls behind 3-1, manages to get an out. That's something Bubba always wants to emphasize, too, controlling those emotions, Joe.
That's a great point to bring up. Is, you know, it kind of helps us quantify what Bubba Chandler's done. You know, it feels like he's improved a lot this season, and the numbers show that, too. But that's those are the things that he's actually doing to get him into a better spot in his rookie season.
Yeah, pitch by pitch adjustments, at bat adjustments, facing some of the same lineups in your division, out of your division. Those things are all comfortability things that usually help both the hitters and the pitchers. But to your point, making those adjustments, we've seen Bubba, like I said, miss arm side. We've seen him get better at getting down and in on those lefties, down and away on righties, and really get back in counts if he gets behind 1-0, 2-0, 2-1.
Keeping those emotions in check. Sometimes you'd see him look rattled out there early in the season. We haven't seen that much at all. I would imagine as you get about 25-30 starts in, the game starts to slow down for you. Came up at tail end of last year.
And I've always kind of believed that on the hitting side too, Joe, is it's like 500 at bats. That's usually your first year, if you're lucky enough to get those bats in a row and all that. And then 1,000 at bats, 1,500. Those kind of benchmarks are good reminders and examples of who you are and what you're trying to accomplish and what player you might be. And it's no different on the pitching side of things. It's not going to be always, start off and, we saw Bubba be really good at limiting the walks last year. Well, that hit him a little bit early on this season. And now he's starting to trend in the same direction that we saw early on in the last season.
Trying to finish off Beatty here. And it hasn't always been, you see a guy that's one of the hardest throwers in baseball. It's not a big strikeout number, and it doesn't have to be. He's gotten 11 ground ball double plays, for instance, trying to get out of innings quickly.
Efficient.
Yeah, seeing more of that. which benefits the team, I think, way more than just racking up strikeouts necessarily. Still ahead, 2 strikes. Trying to pay attention to the Mets, who stole 4 bases last night in 4 tries.
Yeah, they were running like their hair was on fire yesterday, Joe. So really,
I wouldn't know what that's like. You got anything else for me?
Sorry. Know your company. Read the room.
Beatty fouling that ball off his foot.
That guard's there for a reason, but when it comes in and you foul it off about 95 miles an hour, it still does not feel good.
Look like it's in where that strap is, not on the top of the foot, but more on the side, perhaps. We see guys limp around and then they get back in the box, but it's got to hurt for a while. I don't think it goes away, right? As soon as
it's that delayed pain, and then it goes to about dull, and then it just goes to swelling in black and blue, and then you got to hope that you can get through the game and deal with it after the game in the training room.
The things we don't think about, right? Oh, he's fine now. Got to do that over 162. Robert getting a huge jump. Davis, the best at throwing out runners in baseball. He's the best in baseball at it. He got a huge jump and he still throws out Robert.
Well, here's one way to shut down the running game. It's put a dart right there on the bag, assuming he did tag him. I think he did. But you're right, look how big that jump was. 2 throwovers. He knows he's only got 1 to play with.
I'd like to see Gonzalez keep that at the bag. You know, sometimes you see him, come up and try to go get him. Chandler follows it up with a strikeout, and the inning tidied up thanks to the arm of Henry Davis. And Henry Davis throwing out the attempted base stealer. Hey, go all in on game nights with MLB Plus. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcasts of every game. Game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus and subscribe today. That was an extraordinary exchange and throw by Henry Davis.
And now he gets the lead off. Hitting 9th in the lineup today.
Late add to the lineup with Endy Rodriguez scratched because of left hip discomfort. Flores was in there last night. He did a lot of work pregame today with Henry on some throwing. Teammates helping teammates. There's a base hit. And it's to right field. Stayed on that sweeper.
Yep, like to see it. Just reaching out, trying to barrel the ball, especially on that backside. Hard to defend something like this.
You never see a first baseman with a righty batter up hug the line.
No.
Nobody on like that.
Mangum started the party in that first inning, almost gave the Pirates a quick 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Hit that ball off the right center field wall for a double, then came around to score. See if he's going to try to create a little more chaos here, maybe try to bunt for a hit.
He's bunted his way on 5 times this year. Since it's 2010's night, we'll tell you the last Pirate to bunt for more base hits in a season was Starling Marte back in 17. Now 1-2.
It's a change up right there. See him tumbling in.
Getting the sign on the PitchCom device. Getting to the spot with 97. Stock with his second strikeout.
After the changeup away, hits him with a really good located fastball. It looked like Mangan was kind of looking out over again, maybe for that changeup or something away from him. Locked him up a little bit.
Brand allows Xfinity batting stats. Xfinity reliable Wi-Fi at one price. 24 home runs. Prior to tonight, Lau was the only Pirate in this lineup, or on this team really, that has ever seen Stock. Drew 2 walks against him. Stock has seldom pitched in the major leagues. All over the place. Mexico, Korea, Japan, independent baseball, minor leagues, of course. But prior to tonight, he had faced the Pirates before. The last Pirates batter he faced was Josh Harrison.
Wow.
Back in 2018 when he was with the Padres. Jay Hay will join us later on tonight here in the booth.
Another changeup. You see the grip right there. And there has to be some deception in to the left-handers from that extreme third base rubber angle. So you're seeing guys try to beat him to the spot a little bit right now, and they did a good job of that in that first inning. It looks like Stock's really trying to use that changeup, particularly the lefties. I'm still not so sure that's actually legal, but I'm not an umpire.
They're supposed to be on the rubber, right?
Yeah.
That's questionably in contact with it. Deliver the ball maybe just slightly closer to home plate, make that angle even a little more pronounced. Now 2-1 on Reynolds, and that infield hit, that ground ball to Lindor. Couldn't go to third, and then too late to go to first. Pirates got 3 in the first inning. I was thinking about very famously back in '71 in the World Series when the Pirates played the Orioles. It was the first inning. It's Game 7. Stakes are high, and the Hall of Fame manager Earl Weaver coming out to the mound and claiming that Steve Blass was not in contact with the rubber and causing a whole scene, trying to delay matters. Had to rattle the opposing pitcher in the first inning.
Some gamesmanship.
And what did Blass do? Complete game win. In Game 7 of the '71 World Series. Oh, we've got it for you. Here it is. '71 Game 7.
801. Rule 801 says he's got to take he's got to pitch from in front, on the rubber in front, and not on the side.
And Danny Murtaugh coming out to discuss it. Rule 801. Ended up going the route and the 2-1 win for the Pirates. They won it all. Thanks to Steve Blass that day. Now 1-1. stock up to 42 pitches. Looking back, Davis, who started the inning with a single. Long run for Ewing, hanging up there for the left fielder. Pirates leave on 2, but lead by 3. Three to nothing as we start the third. And it's time now for our Penn West University stat of the day and the teams that have the highest average four-seam fastball velocity. So in simple terms, who throws the hardest? Which pitching staff? It's the Pirates riding the top. That's why going into the season, a lot of people thought, hey, the Pirates are going to have one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. They got all these hard throwers. And Chandler's one of the hardest throwing starting pitchers around. And now Jared Jones, now that he's been back, they're second and third in the most 100-mile-per-hour pitches thrown by a starting pitcher this year. The only one with more, of course, The Miz, who has more than anybody who's ever lived combined, I think, this year. That's not official.
That's not official.
Marcus Semien, who's homered in back-to-back games, flies out to Ronnie Simon. Got to pass along a birthday wish. Happy number 91 to Bill Leonard, a Pittsburgh native living in Charleston, South Carolina. Never misses Pirates broadcast. Happy birthday to Bill.
After on that, I'd like to wish my sister a happy birthday. Donnie's wife. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Carrie.
If she's not here, I know she's watching. Jorge Polanco.
Polanco tried to call timeout, and he wasn't granted it. Unfortunately, Bubba just pumped one right down the middle.
Yeah, he's in his windup. He's into this motion already, and that's a strike. Now, these days, the hitters are entitled to a timeout per at bat. They don't have to have it granted. They're entitled to it, unless the pitcher has begun his motion. And then the pitcher has the right of way, so to speak. And that starts as soon as, if they start to move backward, that's part of like right there. That's already ready to go. Don't have to lift the leg up yet or anything like that.
Well, and Bubba does have kind of a little bit of a pause right when he starts his windup, so I think that's probably what fooled Polanco on that first pitch. He thought he might have had a little bit more time as you see him offset a tiny bit.
Broke his bat. Jacob Gonzalez registers the second out. And now here's a message from attorney David Schrager.
I'm attorney David Schrager. Call or text my cell to speak to me directly for a free consultation. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Francisco Alvarez, number 9 man for the Mets. Chandler has faced the minimum so far. Second hit allowed now.
Well, we talked a bit before the game about those first pitch strikes for Bubba and how I think they're pretty important. That first time through the order, obviously gave up 2 hits and had 1 strikeout, but 7 of 9. So that's always a good sign, especially early in the game. Pump strikes, try to stay on the edges, try to get weak contact, and that's exactly what he's done. Even the 2 base hits were not hard hit.
Yeah, no walks. Remember, he fell behind Jared Young, 3-1, got a bounce out. And so coming back in with more strikes if he does fall behind. He gave up a hit on a slider. Next pitch, slider out of the inning. So it's a different Bubba Chandler from the year's beginning for sure. lead. And the family of our friend Abby Way here at the game today. Abby works with us from time to time up here.
That's a wonderful job.
Oh, yes, always. Nick Gonzalez is coming up, and it's time now for our Penn West University Educating You. And for Nick Gonzalez, we told you when we began the broadcast tonight, he leads all of baseball in multi-hit games. What does that mean? Well, you get 2 or more hits in a game, multi-hits. And he's done that 46 times, more than any other hitter. The last Pirate to lead baseball in multi-hit games for the season was Andy Van Slyke in '92. Before that, the last Pirate before him was Roberto Clemente. And before that, it was Paul Wainer 99 years ago.
Keep going back.
Well, then Hannes Wagner and Ginger Beaumont, and that was in the first decade of the 20th century. So
An impressive list.
that's where he is now, 2 ahead of Odo Lopez of the Marlins. There's Paul Wainer, who's number 11, retired by the Pirates. And again, getting more airtime. Nicely done. All we need is Rick Saflinski to go up there. Get serve him some peanuts, and then we'll get them on again. Rick's a longtime box seat waiter here at PNC Park. You've seen him.
You've definitely seen him in his uniform.
And Gonzalez, you pointed out too, that first at bat, finding a way to drive in a run, putting the ball in play with 2 strikes on him.
It led to 2 more runs.
That's right, yeah, because Simon got a chance to double after that. Beatty playing off the line a good bit, able to get that first out. Got an outside shot at batting title this year. And Gonzalez. Ronnie Simon was leading the International League in batting average when he got called up. A bunt to second base. That's always the toughest play to defend, isn't it, Neil?
Absolutely. It's a tough skill to master, to do it consistently. If fast right-handers are able to do it, it's even more difficult. But as a lefty, you have the advantage of getting out of that box a step earlier. And when you got the speed of Simon, and you don't have to be perfect with this. You just got to get it past the pitcher. And I love this because we showed Robert Stock how far he is on that right side. So you have even more room to bunt that ball to the second baseman because he's way off the mound to that third base side. Headsy play right there from Simon.
That's for you baseball lovers out there. I haven't seen that in a good while.
Oh, me neither.
And as a second baseman, that's so tough to defend, I would think.
Very, very difficult. When players would do it a little bit more, you had to cheat just a little bit just to make sure you get to 1 strike or even in some cases 2 strikes. But that was always in the back of your mind. You know, you had a speedy left-handed hitter up similar to Simon. You were like, just please, that's like the most disgruntled play that you could get as a second baseman because you have so little room for error.
You saw Simeon just try to flip the ball with his glove. The only hope. Simon runs. No chance for Alvarez. Stolen base for Ronnie Simon.
That'll be his first.
And didn't get credit for advancing last night, so that is first as a Pirate this year.
Not actually a tremendous jump, but makes up for it about a third of the way. Hits the Jets.
Putting a runner in scoring position. Now with 2 outs. And the Bucs stole a base. Now you steal the deal. Scan on screen for $25 off at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Simon stole 33 bases at Indianapolis And the Pirates have really been lacking without Griffin, without Cruz. Mangum really the one base stealing threat. And you bring up Simon. And as we have seen in a short period of time, yeah, he's willing to go whenever. So bunting his way on, stealing second, trying to make something happen. 2-out hit adds on for the Pirates. And that's those kind of little things. We were talking about that a lot last night. I mean, you score a run in this inning, that Simon helped make that happen. Yep. By good fundamental baseball.
Well, and this is exactly, or very similar to what the Mets did to us last night. They scored a couple runs in the first inning. They got a big hit, obviously, off the bat on Marcus Semien in that 3-run home run. But they were constantly giving themselves opportunities with runners in scoring position. We did it in the first inning. We did it in the second inning. Didn't score in the second, and now an opportunity in the third. And here you go.
Jacob Gonzalez, base hit. Simon racing home. He's in there, and the Pirates make themselves up 4-0. Good baseball by the Bucks here in this third inning.
And so fitting on Josh Harrison night, right? Because he was a similar spark plug player that just found ways to create chaos. And a really good 2-strike approach here from Jacob Gonzalez after looking a bit silly after that 0-1 curveball he got. And the speed of Simon made the right fielder speed up. Brett Beatty, he's having fun.
Big time energy guy. And a good player. Pirates got him last year from the Marlins. And Jacob Gonzalez hitting over 400 with runners in scoring position now.
And he did it last night's game late.
He's going to take off. Tried that swim move, but caught stealing to end the inning. So Henry Davis will lead off the next inning. Pirates get a run.
Welcome into the Toyota Rav 4th inning. I asked Bubba Chandler if he was working quicker last time out as the tempo seemed noticeable. He said working fast is how he would like to be on the mound, but part of that was Henry Davis doing a good job of ripping it back to him, saying, let's go, dude. We've got places to be. That being said, you can work fast when your mechanics are good. Bubba felt nice, landing in the same spot every time, not jumping off the mound or jumping to the side of the mound. You're able to then catch it. You're kind of near the rubber, get the call, and go. So, guys, pay attention to see if that tempo's up a little bit tonight as well, too.
I hadn't noticed that, Hannah, and that's a really good observation, I think, because the 5 starters, you know, they always talk to each other. And how has Ashcraft worked this year? He got himself into the All-Star game, his first full major league season. And one of the things that Ashcraft does is that tempo.
Yeah. And when it's going well, when you're locating and your pace is a lot quicker. Number one, you get into a better groove, but also the guys behind you are very, very thankful for that.
That makes you better as a fielder, you think?
It keeps you more engaged. You know, you're locked in all the time, but when you get long at bats or long innings, sometimes every once in a while you can get a little lackadaisical.
Lindor will find grass, leadoff hit. 3 singles off Chandler. No one has gotten past first.
Well, let's see if he can find a way to get a ground ball right here. He got a ground ball from Bo Bichette, first pitch swinging in that first inning. Ground ball out to Jacob Gonzalez at shortstop.
It looked more like a 2-seam fastball that time. Riding in on Bo Bichette. Trying to get another ground ball double play. He's got an 11. Pretty high number. A pitcher's best friend. And there you go again, another one of those low fastballs.
In a perfect spot. If you attack that pitch, if you're not early enough, that's the ground ball pitch right there. And we've seen many of those up in the zone where players are either able to hit line drives or fly balls. And that was a strikeout fastball at 100 at the top of the zone. But those fastballs at the bottom, you're not seeing guys pull the trigger. It's kind of they're not looking down there as much as they are middle to up with Bubba Chandler.
Comes back to strike him out. First strikeout tonight for, pardon me, second strikeout tonight for Chandler, excuse me.
Went back at the top of the zone with that fastball. This one a little higher than the last one he just fouled off at 100. This one 98. You see the two-seam spin on it too.
Now with one out, still wouldn't mind that ground ball. That's what Jared Young did his first time around. After Chandler had fallen behind on him 3-1. Lindor at first. At one time was a top base stealer, not as much these days. A rare 2-0 count.
Henry going to have a little conversation. Looks like he's speeding up just a tiny bit. Might be telling him, hey, you know, don't worry so much about what's going on at first base. Let's make sure we execute. See if we can't get a ground ball, something down in the zone.
Two know each other so well. Roommates as they came into pro ball together back in 2021. And really forever linked as that draft unfolded. There was no clear-cut #1 overall pick. There were 6, 7 guys that were being bandied about for that first pick. The Pirates take Davis and said at the time, of course, well, we'll take Davis. He will sign for a little less money, and that affords us some more money because you're only allowed to spend X amount. Each team is. They used that money in the 3rd round so that they could get Bubba Chandler out of a commitment to be quarterback and play baseball at Clemson. And that was seen as a coup d'etat at the time because everybody thought Bubba Chandler was going to go to Clemson and not sign, and the Pirates were able to sign him, and now here they are as the battery tonight. Came up together way back when. Full count. No walks tonight from Chandler. Comes back with another strikeout. So 2 outs. Luis Robert Jr. is coming up. Let's take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. And a huge jump his last time. Didn't matter.
Well, if you know catching, you know the pop times. Anything under about a 1.85, 1.9 is considered elite. And that was a strike on top of a 1.76.
There's a top 10 fastest pop time in baseball this season by any catcher on any team. And really no surprise with Henry Davis. He has the highest caught stealing percentage of any regular catcher in baseball.
40% now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's way high. So Robert, even though he had that big jump, that cut down the difference and then some. And then the accuracy too. I mean, to unload the ball that quickly, that is an accomplishment. But then to put the ball where he did.
And to put it in perspective, Patrick Bailey has the top pop time throw this year at 1.68. So not that far off.
I wonder if he got the runner out too. To me, I don't care if you didn't get the guy out.
Yeah.
So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'm not sure, but if you get the guy out, then I want to know. And Henry Davis certainly did. When we saw it with our own eyes, the guy had a huge jump, should be safe every time, and wasn't. The catcher made up for it and extinguished Any hopes for the Mets in that second inning? Here they got a leadoff single, and Lindor will be left right there. They still have an advanced pass first against Bubba Chandler.
Morales, who is a native of Puerto Rico, welcomed the Puerto Rican Pony League World Series team to PNC Park for a VIP experience. He told me, I was 14 once. To see them here at the ballpark is a good experience for them, to see the smiles on their faces watch BP. Good to share that with them. You saw him chatting there with the team, though, sharing some wisdom about the game of baseball. He said the best teams do not always win every day, but one thing you can control is your attitude and effort. That's something he really hopes they all took away from that experience. Even more Pony League World Series teams here tonight taking in the sights of PNC Park. Joe, you can watch them on our air, SNP, for the next few days as well to support them.
Yeah, that's one of the great things I look forward to every year, is being able to watch the Pony League World Series originating right here in our area. And this is the schedule that you can see on SNP and SNP Plus as well. So coming up as soon as tomorrow at noon. You want to watch baseball during the day, that's it. And then, of course, the Pirate game. And you can mix that in throughout the day tomorrow. And then again on Monday, Puerto Rico will be in action. Team Mexico. Baseball is a global game for all ages.
What an exciting opportunity to come to this region and play competitive baseball, but to also be on TV at that age. That's great.
Down the line, Mangum, and a bang around the boards. Henry Davis scores ahead of Lindor's throw. The Pirates add on. They're up 5-0.
Yeah, this is a tough play down that left field line for A.J. Ewing. And when he gets to it, he realizes he's in big trouble as soon as this ball drops, because he's going to have to chase it down in that corner. It's going to careen off to the right. And Henry Davis on his horse. An aggressive send by Tony Beasley. I love it. And Henry just able to beat this throw. I'll tell you, we got some catchers that can really run though, don't we?
Oh, wow, yes. Henry Davis with an infield hit, and then next pitch he's around to score.
You know, with most catchers, you're just happy to get them first to third or second to home. Very rare you see a catcher trotting all the way from first to home.
Maybe not quite Kendall, but certainly,
right.
but certainly at least an average runner, which is above average for a catcher.
I definitely think there's a polarizing conversation that needs to be had between Endy and Henry to see who's the fastest, because Endy has point blank told me to my face that he's one of the fastest catchers, not just on the team but in baseball. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what I'm just passing along what he told me.
Well, I think you're trying to start something, and I like it.
Called stir in the pot.
That's it. Lau will reach via the walk. And Robert Stock in his 5th major league start at age 36. The Pirates, you know, they face some of these pitchers sometimes that, you know, don't have a lot of experience, whether it's at 24 or 36. And they haven't broken through. Tonight they have, and it's good to see.
It's going to bring a visit from Justin Willard to Robert Stock. You mentioned 66 pitches here in the 4th. After that, those first 2 innings, able to keep that pitch count a little bit down. Still no action in the Mets bullpen, but he's certainly teetering on a spot here. If Brian Reynolds were to get a hit, that they probably have to get things moving in that Mets bullpen.
So Nate Lavender starting to stretch out there. Yeah, I was thinking about seeing all the Pony Leaguers here at the game today. Robert Stock at that age was featured in Baseball America as the top player at his age at 13 or 14. I remember reading about him and this kid that was flirting with throwing 100 miles an hour as a middle schooler. And everyone talked about Robert Stock. And we're talking now, what, 2003 maybe? And all this time later, still around and pitching in a major league start tonight. So fascinating how time goes. Two on for Reynolds. Seeing a lot of hitters counts now. 6 straight wide ones from Stock. Mangum with an RBI double. Look at our Levin Furniture and Mattress strike zone.
Losing that control just a little bit, Robert Stock is, and his 3rd time through the order. Pirates got that kind of funky arm and strange part of the mound that he throws from figured out a little bit more.
Backdoor cutter gets him a strike. And working from, we'll say, the extreme third base side of the rubber. Back-to-back walks. Bases loaded. And the Pirates haven't had a good laugher in a while with a big inning here. They might be able to have one tonight.
It was only a handful of days ago that Spencer Horwitz found himself in this exact same situation in Milwaukee, albeit with 2 outs. This is the guy you want up right now.
They cleared the bases. And that'll be a major league leading 10th passed ball for Alvarez. Pirates will add another. And the way it's gone lately, they won't apologize one bit.
Nope. Simply they got away from him. We'll take it.
An infield hit by Davis. Mangum doubling, scoring, infield up. Oh, really missing. So now Lau at third, he walked. Reynolds at second, he walked.
And still nobody warming up in the bullpen.
And in danger of walking a 3rd straight hitter. Horwitz will not get himself out if you're missing the zone, especially by that much. Foul ball. Trying to see young 29 again over there.
I like ours better.
Give me 1,000 games and we'll talk. Another walk. Pirates still have nobody out. And Xavier Curry will start to get up for New York now. Andy Green. Well, this is how it was for the Pirates. Yesterday they were down 6-0 in the 4th inning. Now they return the favor. Could be much more. There's still nobody out in this inning. "13 balls and 6 strikes for Stock." Nick Gonzalez already with the run batted in on a bounce out in the 1st. With the bases loaded in his career, .370 hitter. Even better this year. base hit and more. Lau is in. Reynolds scores. 2-run double for Nick Gonzalez. Pirates beaten up on the Mets. It's 8-0.
And another good approach for Nick Gonzalez with bases loaded tonight. He's able to put a ball in play and get 1 run in earlier, and now gets the 2 strikes, shortens up, uses the whole field, shoots this one down and gets rewarded for a double.
Three RBIs tonight for Gonzalez. And he'll be the final batter that Robert Stock faces tonight. Pirates plating 4 here in the 4th, looking for more. Still nobody out. Xavier Curry will come on to work for New York.
13 innings for him, 3.46 ERA, giving up a hit an inning, only 6 strikeouts, gets a lot of fly balls, not many ground balls from Curry, but still has only given up 2 home runs.
So Gonzalez 3 RBIs after that double, 2 on that play, 1 earlier tonight. He's at second with Horwitz, who walked. He's at third. Still nobody out.
Well, surprisingly, the Mets are going to play their infield back minus third baseman Bo Bichette. Not necessarily packing it in, but.
And a pop-up. Simeon has the first out. And now ace Marilyn Valdez. Every Pirate has reached tonight. There have been many times where the Pirates have been up big with Josh Harrison in the lineup. Now, how about in the booth? Congratulations on a fun weekend, Jay. This has been so great to watch you and your family be here today and be honored throughout the weekend. How does it feel for you?
Definitely feels surreal. I would say kind of complete, you know, to finish where I started. And just a great weekend, man. Appreciate, you know, Bob Nutting, you know, front office, all they've done, even Jimmy T and Joey B, you know, behind the scenes, you know, shuffling the family across the street. And, you know, it's been a lot of support, not only from my family and friends that have come, you know, from Cincinnati and stuff, but the whole city out on Federal Street, signing and stuff, and being in the team stores. It's been pretty cool.
Hey, even though it hasn't been all that long, of course, you know you're clearly never forgotten here, and I'm glad that the Pirates really made that official really here this weekend. Any nerves throwing out the first pitch?
Honestly, no nerves, but I was just like, man, I got about 5 innings under my belt, so I know I can't bounce it. And I said to Mangum, I was like, hey, you think they're going to challenge it? And he goes, Mangum's like, nah, you know I'm swinging at it. And I said, me too.
There wasn't a pitch that you didn't like, Jay, just like Mangum, yeah?
Hey, if I can get barrel to it, hey, you're in trouble. You know, sometimes got myself in trouble, but, you know, that's part of the game. You play hard, and, you know, I was talking to Mangum before the game. I know he's the Heart and Hustle Award winner for the Pirates, and I told him, man, you play really hard, and you definitely embody what it means to, you know, play with heart and hustle. And I was like, the city of Pittsburgh, trust me, they feel
Appreciate
it.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Well, I know, you know, playing with you in that group, especially that we had so much success, and it was a joy to play with you, but guys like you that just brought so much energy. And the thing that struck me with our group was there were so many kind of set roles, but it was day to day. We had a mindset of like, what do we got to do today to win this game?
Yes.
Yesterday's gone. We're not thinking about tomorrow till tomorrow. And I think guys like yourself set the tone from that standpoint, and we all kind of gravitated toward that mindset over a long season.
Well, guys like yourself, you know, Kutch, Pedro made it easy for, you know, not only myself, but, you know, Jordy Mercer coming up. You know, I mentioned guys like Alex Presley early on. You know, we saw what was happening up here. You know, we saw bits and pieces. Okay, Kutch, Walk, Pedro doing what he's doing, and you know, all we wanted to do was do what we could to contribute. You know, and as I said, y'all made it easy. I played with a lot of energy, and not once did y'all ever tell me to tone it down. So,
right.
you know, y'all made it a lot easier for me just to go out and be myself, which, you know, in turn, you know how it is. When you can be free on the field, you know, it makes the team better.
Yeah.
Cool to see Jason Grilly come out to see you tonight.
Yeah, Cheese, he surprised me. I just heard somebody
Came out of
yelling.
nowhere.
Yeah. It's like, Jay, hey, this is how I got to see you. I was like, oh, my bad.
Well, I always felt like you can kind of get the grasp of a team over the course of a season by, you know, not necessarily your superstars or the guys that are playing every single day, but by the guys that really relish in the roles that they're given. And of course, you know, you carved out an unbelievable career. But kind of to start, you were that, you know, fifth infielder, fourth outfielder. And the thing that I appreciated so much about the way you played the game and how you went about it was that there was never complaining. There was never any – it was like, when am I going to get my opportunity? So we can talk more about that, Jay, next half inning as the Pirates have a nice one here in the bottom of the fourth.
Nice to see it, too.
Well, does that bring back some good memories right away? That's terrific.
Yeah, I'm sitting here laughing. I do remember those moments. That was just part of what you said, Neil. You know, being myself, being loose, and you know that was just part of me having fun before the game started to say, all right, let's go do some work.
Well, and to kind of add on to what we got in before that last half inning was rudely interrupted. How did you go about, you know, when you got, obviously the belief you had in yourself was as good as anybody that I've ever seen, but when you got into the big leagues and you weren't necessarily in an everyday role, what helped you kind of settle into, what do I need to do to just make myself ready? Is it something that you learned? Is it something that you just had to figure out? How did you go about that?
I definitely had to learn it. Just, you know, from the standpoint of anybody that's played in high school or probably through college, you know, you've pretty much not been a bench guy. Yeah. And, you know, those first 3 years I didn't really play as much as I really would have liked, but at the same time, it wasn't my control. And my uncle, John T-Bone, he was the Brewers outfield coach at the time, and I remember saying to him one time, like, what do I have to do, you know, to play? Like, I can help this team, and I'm ready to play. And he goes, you're the 25th man. You'd rather be the 25th man in the big leagues than be down in AAA. Yep. And, you know, at the time, I'm like, man, I need to be down playing. And he's like, yeah, but you've already shown what you can do. You know, you're not necessarily one injury away, but, you know, you pinch hit. He said don't ever give them a reason, you know, to say you're not working. So I knew as long as I had a big league jersey and I had an opportunity that, hey, I'm going out and, you know, going to give the best energy that I can, whether I was starting or not. And, you know, it's just one of those things that where to run it down nice. You know, it's something.
I think he's trying to show off for you tonight.
Yeah. Hey, hard and hustle, baby. But it was something that me and my brother, you know, when we talk to kids, two things you can control is your attitude and your effort. Yeah. And that's something that I applied every day. Is my name might not be in that starting lineup, but you know what? Regardless, my attitude going to be where it is. You know, you're not going to say I'm not a good teammate. And, you know, my effort, no BP, I'm out there. Ground balls, I'm out there. And, hey, when that time comes, I'll be ready. But it was definitely harder than I probably made it look. But as I said, y'all made it easy for me because, you know, it wasn't ever any time that, you know, it didn't make a guy not feel part of the team or whatever. If I played that once a week, hey, let's go, Jay, hey, go get him. And hey, I might have went out there and played hard and came back on the bench for 6 days and was cheering hard, but it wasn't anything that made me feel like, oh, I don't want to be here. You know, my uncle was just like, hey, as long as you're the 25th man or, you know, you just keep working and stay ready.
Yeah. And Pirates chairman Bob Nutting, too, said yesterday when you guys were up on the stage, I thought it was good. He wanted to emphasize having players that have been associated with great teams and all-stars like yourself to be back with the Pirates, to be around the current players, to be around the fans again. But don't want anybody to go away. You know, come back. You're always welcome and you're always honored.
You got it.
I thought that was wonderful. Will you stick around to complete that thought? Or you got a tight schedule right now?
Yeah, we can go one more half.
One more half with Jay Hay.
Sure.
Josh's family and friends here today, of course, coming in from Cincinnati, and then the press conference here yesterday. But there's Dale Green. Great to see Brittany again, and your daughters are growing. This is cool. My daughters are growing. It's fun to watch us all kind of, everything's coming together now. Oh, look at this guy. He is showing off.
Ooh, a kid.
This is great. So Mangum with his third hit tonight and doing it in Jay Hay fashion, tracking him down in the outfield, doing a little bit of everything here tonight.
Little oops.
All right,
ooh, he did the little.
Did he ran out of the box?
The softball? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't think we've seen that one, Joe, from Mangum this year, kind of running out of the box a little bit.
Last person I saw do that was Luis Castillo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it. Yeah.
Hit them where they ain't.
Hit them where they ain't. That's it.
Yeah, now he's just showing off.
Yeah. That's confirmed.
Well, Jay, hey, tell the listeners and the viewers what you're doing now, and obviously we know you're doing a part of a podcast. Are you doing anything else on top of that?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, part of a podcast, Buckle Territory, with Noah Howes and Mark Procamp, also known as Platinum Key. Go subscribe if you haven't. And outside of that, been what my brother Vince says he does in the off season, husband, Uber daddy.
Yeah, Uber, yeah. That's funny.
Running my kids, my daughters to dance, volleyball, gymnastics, also helping coach their volleyball teams at school. So filling in where I can, and trust me, they keep me plenty busy, and try to take a little load off of my wife Brittany, who carried the load for a long time. As a lot of us that play, so try to balance that time and say, all right, go do what you need to do, and then we have some good family time. Make up for hit some theme parks. Take some family vacations. I don't say make up for lost time, because you don't get time back. Just making the most of what we got.
Well, Joe, I got to tell you, our group that we had a lot of tricksters. There were a lot of personalities in the dugout or in the clubhouse, and you'd have Francisco Cervelli every day. You'd come in, you'd hear him before you saw him, and Clint Hurdle was the same way. You see him before you saw him, and people would be joking with everybody all the time. I was very specific about my locker, and guys would come and move stuff around my locker, and there was only one time I crossed the line with Jay Hay, and I found out that he really didn't like pickles, and I put a pickle in the back of his game pants, and we almost got into a fight.
No, it wasn't my game pants. We were in Altoona. We did the last game before the season.
Oh, you're right.
And we were in Altoona, and me and Kutch talk about this, because Kutch and Pedro told you not to put it in. Yeah. He put it in my jacket pocket.
Oh, no.
And, he was like, but he wrapped it up in like a tissue, but he was like, man, there's no way he's going to be mad. And, a couple guys were like, no, he really doesn't like pickles. Like, that is almost like he'll be ready to fight you. And I smelt it before I even grabbed my jacket, and I'm like, I'm hot. And it's one of those situations where, if it was Dumb and Dumber, Kutch and Pedro was like, like pointing at you like that.
I was like, I didn't do it.
And, I let it boil over, and we got back to Pittsburgh, and I tore his locker up.
Oh, no.
and he came in, he was hot. He said, who did it? And then when Kutch and them, everybody's like, it was Jay Hay. He was like,
I deserved it.
Yeah, I might have deserved that. And so although that's why I never got caught in the pickle or a rundown. I don't like them.
We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah. So it's not just a dislike for the actual pickle. It carried over into the field. If I got caught in the pickle, you know what? I can't get caught.
Yeah.
That is legendary, that story. I never knew that.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't know that story. It's just one of those things, a clubhouse story where, all types of jokes.
He's showing off.
But a pickle with me is where you cross the line.
All right, if Mangum gets in a rundown here, that's it. He's stealing bases tonight.
A nice jump, too.
This is one of his better games this season, and he's had a lot of them. in front of Josh Harrison, kind enough to join us here tonight. You know, the number that surprised me, and, you know, I'm a numbers guy, you know me from back in the day, but 8 walk-offs. I didn't realize you had 8 walk-off hits. How are you able to stay so calm? I mean, watching you play, watching you in a rundown, you're always moving around, but then you have to be calm, right, when the game's on the line?
Well, I mean, Neil said it earlier. He said he doesn't know if he played with anybody more confident than me. I'm just a confident guy. Yeah. You knew that. I mean, he'll tell you if I came in and I got out, hey, pitcher booty. Like, it was never I got myself out. So in those moments, I just knew, hey, if it's around the plate, I'm coming to get you. And, you know, I was feeling I was going to get you more times than not.
Here's your first walk-off on Mother's Day.
Yeah, Barney scored.
Barney.
Zoltan. I got a couple of those today.
That's great.
Yeah, I think my mom and grandma. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Shaving cream and everything.
No, that one was actually whipped cream.
Thank goodness.
Props to AJ on that one. Props to AJ. I was like, okay, this whipped cream.
And my favorite game since I came in 2016 was the Rich Hill game. I thought there was nothing more extraordinary and higher drama than a no-hitter carried into the 10th inning. It's still the last starting pitcher to ever pitch into extra innings.
I know. Oh, he had a no-hitter going to the 9th, and I think Jordy reached on like an error.
Yeah, he was perfect.
He was perfect going into the 9th. Jordy reached on an error, and then I think they ended the inning with a double play. So it was still a no-hitter.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, we was hoping he went back out, but at the same time, it was like, y'all can take him out. Yeah. You know, it's been 9 innings, and he was throwing 89. Yeah. Like, it wasn't Rich Hill when he's throwing 93. He grunting, and we all like, man, he's got something on it today that is just, it's an invisible ball. Yeah. And it's just situations sometimes. You go 4 times through a lineup, you know, especially when you get tired. You know, I don't want to say 3 times through a lineup. You know, that's too new. I know that's how they feel now, but 4 times is pushing it. Yeah. You know, 3rd time is like, okay. Yeah, he hadn't given up a hit, but that was definitely wild. And one of my better memories here for sure.
0-0 game-winning home run in the 10th by Josh Harrison, retiring a Pirate officially yesterday, getting some closure, right? You joked to Brittany, are you sure?
Yeah, before I signed it, right?
I like that.
Well, I mean, you know, I was done, but you know, I always got to. Babe, you sure I'm done? You know, You know, it's not just us making that decision. For those of us that are married, you know, that's a family decision.
And I'm glad it's in the black and gold.
Yeah, same.
Forever.
As I said, the love never left, and we felt it immediately. I know my family. As I said, I felt it when I tried to sneak in June, and my family has felt it nothing but the last, 48 hours. And as I said, couldn't thank Bob and those guys enough. And as I said, Jimmy T and Joey B. And, Molly, all those people behind the scenes, definitely appreciative.
Well, forever, you're always certainly welcome here. Oh, here's the pickle.
Against the Mets. I just remember Terry Collins being so hot.
Yeah.
But what was funny about that is I think that winter was like Pirates Caravan in Altoona, and Terry Collins happened to be, because I think he might have managed in Altoona.
Yeah, that's right.
And we talked about it. He said, man, I was so mad at that play.
I like the one in Colorado just as good, too.
I mean, incredible.
I tell everybody that's my favorite one because I got 2 stolen bases.
Yeah. That's remarkable.
Like, well, I ain't going back to second. That's a caught stealing. You're going to have to get me going to third.
Yeah. Well, more than anything, we appreciate you bringing 8 runs through 4+ innings for us here tonight, as the Pirates have had a tough time recently scoring runs. So we're hoping this can kickstart a nice stretch for them.
Yeah, trying to give some of that energy. Mangum's bringing it. I dapped him up last time I was here. He told me to pick a bat, and trying to transfer my days of playing are no longer, around, but the energy I use, it felt good to be here and to feel it from the team in the stadium. Oh. I was about to say, Pache, I played with him in Philly. I was going to say, it's not many balls he can't get to.
This is my favorite.
You see Rutledge was like, come back. I was like, no. And then William Rosario.
Look at Arenado just standing there.
William Rosario. Wow. Broke his ankles.
Yeah. And at that point, I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
At altitude. I think I could have made it home, but I was like, no, I'm tired.
Everybody needed some oxygen to that one.
Oh, they had the oxygen tank ready for me, too.
No one does it like that. No one does it like that. But Josh Harrison did.
Keep them on their toes.
It's so great to have you in the black and gold forever.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for spending some time with us.
Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
And we'll see you again soon.
Will do.
And great to have Josh's family here as well, with Chairman Bob Nutting before the game here today. 2-0 Pirates on the UPMC scoreboard. Pirates baseball presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP. And our immense thanks to Josh Harrison. So fun to have him up here tonight and here all weekend. This has been great.
Awesome dude, awesome personality. It was so fun having him on. It's funny to feel like when you're kind of in the fraternity of guys that you played with, especially for significant period of times, you feel like you don't miss any time. I haven't seen J.A. in a long time, so it was really good to catch up with him. And you think about those memories, some of those memories, like, it actually just hit me today. It was like, oh, I remember that day that I put the pickle in his clothes, and I remember how mad he was, and I thought he was kidding how mad he was, and oh no, he was mad.
Truly was angry. And thanks for sharing that story. That's the kind of stuff, I mean, I think about it that, we don't get to experience. We weren't in there. We don't know. And then you share it with everybody, and it's just, it's so much fun. So, and seeing all the stuff that happened on the field, all the winning. Just great to walk down memory lane with Josh Harrison.
Yep. Well, Bubba's still out here in the 6th, cruising along. Kind of interesting to see how they'll handle him here with an 8-0 lead, only at 68 pitches. Do you try to get him just through this and turn it over to the bullpen, even if he's at 78, 81 pitches?
Nick Gonzalez, a nice play. Good play by Nick Gonzalez to start it off. It's time to stack the deck, presented by Baseball Card Castle in Cranberry. And who else to be featured than a collection of Josh Harrison baseball cards.
Some good ones. I like this one right here. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. The 3 of them.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good trio right there.
I like the one that's modeled after the 68 tops, the Heritage.
Yep.
I always kind of like those.
He's got some good ones.
Those are all with the Pirates. And kind of seeing them through the years too. When you look at all the baseball cards out like that, that's cool.
He hasn't aged much, I can tell you that. He looks great.
And so recently playing too. This is going to be challenged by Henry Davis.
The catcher's challenging.
Take a look at ABS, powered by T-Mobile. Davis has been so good, especially last month or so.
Gotten significantly better, not just Henry, but just in the department.
He takes it from a 2-0 count to a 1-1 count instead. Third time through the lineup now. Back-to-back changeups. Ewing 0 for 2 tonight. Mets have not gotten past first base against Bubba Chandler. Really strong outing. A little hacky sack over there.
And just kind of like right there, Joe, he hasn't walked a guy today. He gets into a 3-1 count with an 8-0 lead. You don't have to be perfect, right? You just try to execute. You give up a solo home run, who cares? Not able to land this one up and away. You see his frustration right there. He knows it. Wants to just get it over the plate.
And then earlier today, this is down in the team store where you can pose with J-Hay and have the picture and then make it into a baseball card that you can keep forever. How cool is that? Now ball one.
Just trying to get his rhythm back a little bit. Bubba's had several innings where he's sat down in the dugout because of long offensive innings. So sometimes it can be tough to get your rhythm back, especially as the pitch count starts to get up there.
And just a really nice night, and the Pirates have added to that with his 8-0 advantage. Gabriel Arias making his Mets debut today. Came in once the Mets made some changes. Score the way it is takes some of the mainstays off their feet. Arias strikes out. And that strikeout presented by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Another substitute, Christian Pache. Chandler just over 80 pitches now. It's been one of the strongest outings of the season for him. Started with that 9-pitch first inning, and then the Pirates got him a quick 3-run lead. Really only the fourth expending all that many pitches. Still no one passed first against him tonight.
And the velocity still in a good spot. 98 right there on the sinker. Looks like you got a birthday.
Great place to celebrate it. Comes back to strike him out. Bubba Chandler. 6 scoreless innings. No one passed first against him tonight. While we were visiting with Jay Hay, the Mets made some changes last inning. Christian Pache in right field. And seeing Brett Beatty go from right to third base. So Bichette is out and Lindor is out now as Gabriel Arias has been playing short. Just to get you updated, Ronnie Simon. Another good night from him. And a great night from Bubba Chandler. I think they're going to be satisfied with 6 innings.
Yep.
No one gets past first against him.
Terrific, terrific outing from Bubba. Saw him make really good adjustments, filled up the strike zone. And yeah, with an 8-0 lead, probably go out there for one more and not be taxed, but let's turn it over to the bullpen.
And he is our North Star Chevrolet Buick and GMC star of the game.
And rightfully so. The Pirates did a really nice job offensively, giving him the ability to just attack these guys throughout his 6 innings. And he did it mainly with the fastball slider combination and a little bit of changeup. But really, really good stuff post All-Star break from Bubba Chandler.
That's an important point, I think. I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, really has continued to improve. But as we talked about when we began the broadcast, some of his stronger starts have come since the break. And the Pirates have, at times lacked some solid starting efforts. And so to get 6 scoreless on any night, you're almost always going to win those games. And getting the length, getting the effectiveness. And then on a night where the Pirates get the bats going too, it's just, if they are going to get back into things this year, that's how they're going to have to play. And tonight, boy, you couldn't play any better. Looks like it'll be Lake Bacher, one of the Pirates' deadline acquisitions. Came over from Miami. Can give you multiple innings.
And another walk. Third walk of the day for Esmeralda Valdez.
And setting up this series finale tomorrow, 1:35 against these Mets. And kids 14 and younger get to take home a Pirates puzzle that's fun for the whole family. That's tomorrow's giveaway. Get your tickets at pirates.com. Come on out tomorrow for the series finale. Remember, the Pirates, this is a 3-game homestand. So tomorrow, that's it. And then they go back out on the road again. So thinking of coming out, bring out the kids. School coming up soon. Come on out and enjoy baseball here at PNC Park. Enjoying this one tonight. 8-0. A little cotton candy ready to go. They're a little shy, so they haven't had any yet.
Give it time.
Jacob Gonzalez with a run-scoring single back in the 3rd inning. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Those are always critical. Pache will have the second out. Curry came on in relief of the starter Stock in the 4th inning. Pirates sent 10 to the plate that inning. Backyard baseball night. Pablo Sanchez figure here walking around. Henry Davis, a good night at the plate. A couple of hits. Scored from first on a double with nobody out.
That's a big Pablo Sanchez. Larger than life player too, right?
Now look at that. Doesn't matter the age. That's tremendous. Now 2-2 on Henry Davis. When the Pirates have been at their best offensively, and they have been one of the best offensive teams in baseball, we see at bats like this, and really 1 through 9, getting a lot of that tonight. Kind of night that Mangum has had. 3 hits, stealing bases, scoring runs, driving in runs. He's a regular Pablo. And Davis will accept the walk. You can stream Pirates games at home or on the go with SNP 360. Just go to getsnp360.com or scan the QR code. Log in with your provider and get direct access to live games, plus all the Pittsburgh sports content you love. The Mets pitchers have walked 9 Pirates through 5 2/3.
Xavier Curry trying to pick up this bullpen as much as he can. 52nd pitch right there. You see him, he's kind of running out of gas a little bit, you can tell.
Mangum already with 3 hits. 2 for extra bases. Been tracking him down tonight. How about that last hit? The way that he struck the ball.
We've seen him do that with 2 strikes, but I can't remember seeing him do that early in a count or even with 1 strike. Kind of Ichiro-esque, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, a lot of times a hitter, their bat is parallel to the ground. His was perpendicular to the ground.
And I can kind of remember Freddie Sanchez the year he won the batting title here in Pittsburgh. He was able to kind of do that move where he really like inside out and get that bat barrel kind of more vertical, and he would just shoot it to right field. I swear he probably got 30+ hits with 2 strikes, just inside out and a sinker down and in, and just flaring something over there. It's an art. You have to practice it too. I mean, you come out here and watch BP. Most of the pitches are right down the middle, but you also have to practice, you know, getting in 2-strike mode and all that stuff.
Mets find a way to get him out, and the Pirates lead him big.
They make the plays, what will they say?
No.
This is the little J. Hay show.
So good.
Is that, oh, it's his son?
Yeah, thanks for coming.
I believe this is 2017, if I remember right.
Well, I guess this is goodbye again, but I won't cry because you should never see a puppet tear. What did I just say?
A puppeteer won't cry. Oh my gosh, who writes this stuff?
So good.
They just showed that on the scoreboard between innings. We had to share it with you. That was something that they would put on the scoreboard. They're watching this. What do you think his daughters are thinking?
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute. They're probably too young to remember it originally.
So good.
Wait a second. My dad had a puppet.
Well, Lake Bacher is going to come into this game. There's his Valvoline instant oil change numbers. 40th game for him. 60 2/3, 3.86, and 63 strikeouts in those 60 2/3.
And so that puppet came from, if you've ever been here at the ballpark, Wally's the camera guy. He's always wearing a jersey that says camera guy on the back. Wally's been an on-field cameraman for years, and he was able to create that. And then they would put that on the scoreboard. And the guys that he talked to, of course, you know, was completely awkward and hilarious. And
the other one I liked was Francisco Cervelli's. I think, have you seen the one that he did? That's Amore.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That one was fantastic.
He'd be wearing a robe.
Yeah.
And kind of give advice. A nostalgic 2010s night here. If you can remember back. Jared Young deposits 1 foul.
Yeah, Lake Bacher getting some work here. Up 8-0, the Pirates are. Hopefully you hope in these situations with higher leverage relievers you get about 15 pitches.
There's Wally right there, yeah.
And about 3 outs quickly, so they get their work in, and you still could have them available for tomorrow.
There's Wally, the the puppet maker, cameraman extraordinaire throughout the ballpark. So good to get him out there so you could see him and give him credit for that. I never knew that Wally created that, but I just enjoyed it along with everybody else. So thanks for getting Wally on there tonight too. Harrison family enjoying a great weekend. So getting to know Lake Bacher, as he was one of the deadline pickups for the Pirates. He'd spent his whole big league career with the Marlins. And who knew if he was ever going to play baseball. He went to college as a punter and a kicker at Wisconsin Whitewater. And didn't play his freshman year. He played football only. And then, I'll convinced to play on the baseball team as well. And after several years, made his major league debut at age 29. A late bloomer, but has come on and pitched well out of the Marlins pen each of the last 3 years. Chase McDermott would be next up for New York. And Bacher with a strikeout. Next weekend at PNC Park. How about Friday, August 14th? The Red Sox are in town, and the first 20,000 will take home a Josh Gibson t-shirt in honor of Negro League Legacy Night, presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Go to pirates.com and come on out on Friday. So 8-0. So Lake pitching by the river. I remember that name. For me, saw him a long time ago when he was pitching in the North Woods League.
Oh.
That's a college wooden bat league. He was pitching near Milwaukee for the Lakeshore Chinooks. And he was the starting pitcher that day. I remember because his name is Lake. And I go, how come Lakeshore has a guy named Lake starting the game?
Thought it was a joke.
Yeah, like, okay. And then here he is in the black and gold tonight. And that was 11 years ago.
Ernie Shore wasn't on that team.
No, it was not.
Good tight slider. You see the spin on this one right here.
There you go. Bacher with back-to-back strikeouts. 8-0 Bucks. SNP is presented by UPMC, the official healthcare provider of sports coverage on SNP, and by Barrel Automotive, driven to be better. So in the 7th inning, the Mets will go with their catcher to pitch, Luis Torrens, a position player, presumably trying to pitch the last 2 innings. And Brandon Lau swats one out of here. Take that, Mets! 9-0. And how? More of Brandon Lau.
Gave it the old softball league approach right here. Joe just swing up at it as it's coming in from high above.
That home run presented by UPMC. That's what that looked like.
Yeah, something tells me Brandon Lau will be pretty good in the men's league softball game too. So
25th home run. He gets the welder's mask. Doesn't matter who you hit it off of.
They all count.
So somehow Torrens is going to be asked to get 6 outs. He's gotten 10 outs in his career. Notably, Torrens, again, who is a catcher by trade, earned his first major league win before he ever stole his first base, and that was in his 6th major league season.
Well, and Luis Torrens, just giving you the numbers, this is his 2nd game of the season, 27 ERA, and now that's going to go up after that long ball from Brandon Lau. .1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 home run, no walks, no strikeouts. Did I get everything?
I believe. And so did Lau, and now he has the most home runs
goodbye.
as a second baseman, breaking your record.
He's got 25.
Yeah, one was his DH, so they try to differentiate that. But yeah, I like your benevolence there. But now officially in both departments. So what do you think of Brandon Lau this season? I mean, you were the first Pirates second baseman to ever hit 20 in a season, and now he's the second.
Well, it took me 6 months to hit 23 home runs, and it's taken him 4 plus. So I'd say I knew that was in jeopardy at the end of April. I got to be honest with you. I think he maybe hit like 6 or 7 or 8 in April, and I said, oh, I didn't. I actually, I didn't exactly know, but I knew one year I hit 23 home runs, and I thought, yeah, that's toast.
And the inning will continue. And you look at that list too. Whose record did you break? Bill Mazeroski.
Pretty cool.
And when Maz hit 19, George Granum had held the record for, what, 35 years or so. So, I mean, think about, there haven't been many second sackers swat the ball kind of like you two.
Well, there's a lot more these days of the second basemen that aren't just, kind of hitting it around the yard and running.
The inning is over. So far in the game in our dashboard report presented by your Western PA GMC dealers.
Well, Bubba, as you see, had a terrific outing, got some terrific run support as well. Walking 1, 6 innings, 3 hits, and they got to Robert Stock early and often, and that's led us to the Mets catcher pitching the last 2 innings.
Mangum, after a fantastic game in the field and at the plate, couple of doubles, 3 hits, RBI, run scored, stolen base, the whole bit. Lau's going to be out as well after striking his 25th home run. So Jared Triolo will come in the ball game. He'll play third base, and Jostinson Garcia will now play at center field. And Gonzalez swings over from third base to second base. Jordan Gonzalez in the middle infield. I really thought that Bubba Chandler set the tone tonight. 1, 2, 3 go down the Mets on 9 pitches, and then the Bucks come up and score them 3, and felt like that got them all on a roll.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I thought even more than that first time through the order was really efficient. He did give up 2 singles, but they were soft serve singles, and he didn't look out of control. He didn't have a lot of traffic. Get a nice strike 3 right here. Good night for him. Good night for the Bucks.
And now here's a message from Levin Furniture and Mattress.
Get the guaranteed lowest mattress prices for life at Levin.
Bacher has struck out 3 in a row. Might go the route here. So one way to do things is you pitch your catcher, save your bullpen. How about Lake Bacher, the kind of jack of all trades that he is? Come in, get a righty out. Or maybe you got a one-sided game. Give you the last 3 innings, maybe. And that's a big reason why the Pirates wanted to pick him up from Miami. And coincidentally, will be the Pirates' next opponent following this series. That's a cool hat for a baseball fan. With the seams.
Oof.
Pretty good swing and miss slider.
And we've seen some bad swings on that slider from Bacher. This one kind of backs up on him just a little bit. It really actually doesn't back up. It just stays right on that edge. And when he moves that into the lefties, it's kind of got some more downward tilt to it.
He told me he throws a gyro slider.
Yep, I can see it.
And I guess that's kind of what we think of it as a backup slider, but sometimes pitchers are trying to do that. And that might be it.
it's when guys can effectively kind of throw that pitch, not necessarily try to back it up, but just try to kind of keep it on that gyro spin. I guess you got that one right there. It's extremely effective.
The pitch is called a strike. The batter's challenging.
Jorge Polanco on this ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch is a ball. New York has one challenge remaining.
So the Mets, who exhausted their first challenge in the first, still have one. Bacher has to throw another strike. Just delaying matters for Polanco, and Bacher has struck out 4 in a row.
Sheesh. A weak ground ball to start off his outing, last inning in the 7th for an out, and then 4 straight strikeouts. Kind of like what you're seeing. Blake Bacher.
It looked like a video, music video right there. I like that.
Yeah.
From river to lake.
Down by the river, down in the street.
Now he pitches like this, he'll be a fan favorite in a hurry. Look at that. I mean, everything's on the edges.
Very sharp tonight.
Got that big lead coming right after these guys. Ahead on Alvarez. No Met has gotten past first base tonight. That was in the 6 innings with Chandler on the mound. Bacher has not allowed a base runner. He got a comebacker and then has struck out the last 4. And a weak pop-up. Gonzalez with the final out. Good night for Lake Bacher. Great night for the Bucks. They're up 9-0. SNP is presented by #1 Cochran Club One Rewards. Earn points, save money, and get discounts on gas. Join for free at clubonerewards.cochran.com. Beautiful look at the points. Pirates up 9 points.
Well, let's see what kind of softball player Esmeralda Valdez is. He's undoubtedly going to get a couple ephus pitches in here.
Whoop. Finding a gap. First hit in August for Valdez.
That might be the one to get some going, Joe.
Just seeing the ball hit the grass,
yep.
And then you go from there. Second inning of relief for Torrens, the catcher, pitching.
You can see Torrens too. He runs backwards.
Oh no. Just trying to get the game over with, right? Everybody. Yeah. Well, there's not too many times in baseball where you're sitting on the couch and you go, I can do that. I don't know if I get a ground ball double play, but I could throw the ball 32 miles an hour. I think that was my tops.
32.
32.
That's 60 feet 6 inches is a lot longer, especially when you're standing out on a major league mound.
Okay, I couldn't do that. Torrens just gets through the inning just like that. 9th coming up. The Pirates have the lead. Terrific outing for Lake Bacher and this Pirates pitching change presented by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Kirby Yates' 34th game, 29 in the third inning. 3.68 ERA, 38 strikeouts in those 29 innings.
39-year-old cranking it up. Grew up in Hawaii. Another one of the Pirates additions at the deadline. Came over from the Angels. Trying to think of the of brothers who have played for the Pirates. His older brother Tyler.
I was in the organization when Tyler was here. Yep.
Trying to think of the years. 8 and 9, I bet. Sounds right to me. LaRoche's, right?
Yep.
Adam and Andy.
Nobody else that I can think of right now.
Maybe in the olden days. I was thinking of the Wainers, of course. Great players, Paul and Lloyd Wainer, and of course her great grandnephew John. And then no relation. Triolo gets the first out of snow cone. He had it all the way.
He went a long way to get this ball too. My goodness. Oop. Tried to pop out of there, didn't it? Well, right down by Hannah.
Just saying hello.
I was so close to getting a gold glove of my own catching that, guys.
I'm shocked that you don't have a glove down there during the games. We see a lot of balls come your way, Hannah.
Tony Beasley's been coaching me up down here. I'm ready. I'm getting ready. I need a glove, though. I do. I don't think if I barehanded something, we'd be in trouble.
No, we need you. Don't try that.
At least a pickleball paddle. Oh, that's what we should ask Jay Hay.
Get her a tennis racket or something. Swat it away.
Do you think Jay Hay's playing pickleball in his retirement?
Whatever he's playing, he's going to be tremendous at because he's such a great athlete. But we should ask him that. We should ask him if he's gotten into anything.
I don't like pickles. I don't like pickleball.
Yeah.
It's been a great night having him up here with us. Chandler, Bacher, and now Yates pitching great, trying to combine for the shutout. Bucks bats got going tonight early and often. Nobody past first base tonight for the Mets.
And you certainly hope they're able to carry this into tomorrow. Obviously, we got a left-hander on the mound for the Mets, but it's a good jumping off point. Hopefully we can get things moving from here.
And tomorrow it is Jared Jones getting the start against the Mets' Sean Manaea. And our coverage of that one starts at 12:30 right here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh, always streaming on SNP 360. Join us tomorrow. Pirates will be going for a series win. Pache against Yates. Just 3 hits for the Mets. One was erased on a caught stealing. Chandler 6 scoreless. Pirates trying to hold their opponent to not get past first for the first time since April, when Paul Skeens combined with Mason Montgomery and Isaac Mattson to do that in Milwaukee. A strike away from a shutout win. Complete dominance for the Pirates tonight. Now Yates trying to write the final chapter. Gonzalez, who wraps it up. And the Bucks blank the Mets. A 9-0 victory. You couldn't play any better than the Pirates played tonight.
Yeah, that was as good a baseball game as we've seen the Pirates play since the All-Star break. Clean in every facet, played good defense, pitched really well, got on the board early, gave Bubba Chandler some run support. And Bubba turned around 6 innings of 3 hit ball, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts.
And here's our Toyota driving force. Who better than Jake Mangum tonight, trying to show off in front of J.A.
He did a good job of that, didn't he?
Oh boy, he was everywhere. The double off the wall. Slicing the ball to left.
And then this swing. How about this one? This is maybe my favorite of the night, Joe. Steals a base just for good measure.
Scoring, stealing, had some good plays in the field as well. And the driving force of the Pirates tonight, certainly one of their heartbeats throughout this season. Jake Mangum. Pirates with a blanking of the Mets, getting back to their winning ways, ending New York's 4-game winning streak and finding those bats again too. So everything going in the Pirates' direction, and as you asked for, Neil, the relief pitching was there as well in back of Chandler. And the heartbeat tonight was Jake Mangum, and he's with Hannah Mears.
Thanks, Joe. Jake, to start, Bubba Chandler, how important was the way he set the tone tonight with those 6 scoreless frames?
Yeah, Bubba threw it so well. Fastball command, all that good stuff. That was a big start for us. Did a great job of holding them to 0.
What can you say about the way that you and this offense then go and pay compliment in a big way to what he was able to do?
Yeah, anytime that you can hold a team to 0, you got a good shot on winning. And offense.
And the cooler, okay.
That was really cold. Just thank you, everybody, to come out here and make this a great atmosphere. Thank you, guys. Look, we're going to keep fighting. We need y'all's help the rest of the way. We got the home stretch coming up. Y'all show up, be loud, and we're going to keep fighting. God bless, and go Scud Bucks.
Did Jake Mangum just become the mayor of Pittsburgh? I think so, Joe.
He was in Starkville. We know that. I love that message. You never know what's around the corner. You see the Red Sox win 27 out of 30. It's possible in the game of baseball. Tomorrow's a new day. We'll see. But today, you could not see the Pirates play any better. And we're glad you were with us tonight. Honoring Josh Harrison. Jake Mangum playing a lot like Jay Hay here tonight as well. And the Pirates absolutely dismantled the Mets. A 9-0 victory. Stay tuned. Pirates Extra Innings coming your way next. The final in Pittsburgh. All Bucks tonight. They beat the Mets 9-0.